I think that now Russia looks quite solid, and we have a growth rate of about 2%, and we believe that the combination of crisis and low oil prices that we experienced for a few years now well, brought some difficulties, but we were coming out of those difficulties aggressively with the government policies supported by the president to increase investments, to improve the investment climate. The World Cup also boosted the activity a bit this year. Agricultural production was growing solidly. And I think while the growth rates are not so high as were before, we are much more sustainable path of growth. Labor productivity is growing steadily, efficiency is increasing. So we are not hugely disappointed by lower growth rates that we had. But the plans are ambitious. And the new presidential program targets higher growth rates, above global average,
But I mean, the average for Russia over the last 10 years has been about 0.7% growth in GDP. Previous to that, it was around 6.9%.
Right, but the last 18-24 months is close to 2% already. Yeah. So we are on the upward trend now.
But Arkady, the last 12 months or so, and I spent a lot of time speaking to Mr. Novak as well, various meetings around the world as well, has been because oil is back, because the Russia-Saudi plan has...
Well, yes and no, since we intentionally and with the agreement with Saudis and other OPEC countries cut oil production, and that affected the growth negatively. Sure. Yes, we stabilized the market. We are now on much more solid base. And we can grow from that. But the cutoff of production led to lower growth this rate.
But you, I, Mr. Cutmore in the studio, and many others have spoken about how Russia is trying to evolve, and Mr. Medvedev's talked about it. Speech 10 years ago, I think we were talking about this, and we were talking also about Skolkovo and the growth of that, and that's something you're in charge of now as well, which is another one of these amazing initiatives which sort of seeks to diversify Russia as well. The efforts of you, of Mr. Kudrin, before Mr. Siluanov, have you all collectively failed to do what you intended to do, which is take Russia away from its predominance around raw materials?
I think we did a good job, but maybe a bit slower than we could. And still we are on the upward trend. The combination of structural reforms, and now we are entering into very difficult pension reform in Russia, as other countries already experienced the same stuff with aging population. We are entering into the phase of very aggressive investment policy, both on the state side, on public side, and private side, with investments that should pick up above 20% of GDP. From 17-18% recently, and innovation. That's a plus. That's on top of those things that should produce higher growth. And innovation, the combination of investment into education, science, and commercialization of those things. So it's not only quite a challenge, but we are ready.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.